Welcome to DynamicsPrint webinar series number 2. In today's session, I will walk you through the sales code to the order entry and to the scheduling module. During this demo, you will see how streamlined the workflow is through these processes with no need to rekey any data. So I can go to the sales quotation form from the sales and marketing module and the different ways to look at list pages in the sales quotations area. I can look at all quotations, I can look at open quotations or my quotations, expiring, and so on and so forth. And I can also create favorites to enable me for easy navigation through these forms. So I'm going to go ahead and open up all quotations form. And these are all quotations that has been created in the system for this company. I'm going to create a new sales quotation by clicking on button new sales quotation. The create quotation form opens up and it's asking me for the account type, which could be a prospect, someone we haven't done business with, or a customer. So once I choose the customer, I can now also filter to the name of the customer, and I'm looking for a customer Coal Systems. So I choose Coal Systems and I click OK. So what it does is it creates a sales quotation header for me, and all the information about the customer, such as terms of delivery, mode of delivery, the taxation, and all the information basically defaults to the sales quotation header itself. And it's time for me to now select the item. In the first introductory series, we saw how we can configure predefined templates or items that we, in this case, will use one of those items to show you the workflow. So again, I'm going to use some advanced filtering functions. I'm looking for an item which has the name CSA or Coal Systems Associates. And here is my CSA printed book 1000. And if you remember from the introductory session, it's a 60-page plus cover book. And now I'm going to choose some quantity. I'm going to say it's 1000. From the sales quote, I can go directly into the calculation tab, which means I can go directly into the estimation module where I started configuring these templates from, and you'll see it's again a 4-page cover booklet, and all the print overview specifications are defined just the way we defined in the introductory webinar series. Here I can make any changes if I wanted to. So for example, in this case, I can see it's a 16-page sheet-wise imposition, and there's 3 sheets for making one product. So if I click on imposition, it shows me the layout of the imposition in this case, which is 16 pages. This is an automatic process. The system, there's 2 ways to do imposition. The system looks at the job configuration or the job specifications and identifies the imposition for this kind of line, or I can do manual imposition as well. So we also have an imposition table where you'll see that all of these impositions templates are built, and we can override the automatically created imposition with any of the ones that we've created in the application itself. So once I do that, if I want to check the BOM and the route and the price, I can click on total price. It's giving me a warning that there's a margin which is less than 10%. I'm going to go and put some margin in. Let's say I want to sell it for 20%. Again, you see how nicely the graph here should show you the different costs and the margin associated with this job. And if I want to quickly check the BOM and the route, I can do that here as well. Look at all the operations in pre-press, in the printing area, in the bindery, and the delivery as well. So once I do that, I can now go back to my original sales quote, and now I'm going to send it to the customer. I'm going to go into the quotation tab where I can say send quotation. The send quotation will open up the form where I can say OK. By clicking on OK, the system is now going to give me an info log saying one quotation has the status of sent. And there are different ways to send quotations to the customer in Dynamics AX. We can send it via email with a PDF of the report attached, or we can save it on a desktop and send it later. There are different configurations and ways to achieve this business process. Assuming that this quotation has gone to the customer and the customer has approved it, I'm going to go and confirm the sales quotation, meaning confirm that the customer has accepted the sales quote and the reason for accepting the sales quote was a lower price. And I'm going to hit OK once again. So when I hit on OK, the system will give me another info log saying now the status of the sales quote is confirmed. And you will be able to see that the status is now confirmed for my sales quotation, which is for 1,000 booklets. One of the things I want to show you is once I confirm the sales quote, you'll see that there's an automatic, there's a sales order generated automatically via this process. So if I click on the sales order button, the sales order form opens up and it's showing me the same book with the quantity and the details for the sales quote. So this is how the system is streamlined in its workflow. That is, from the sales quote, I can create a sales order directly by a click of a button. And of course, this eliminates the need to rekey data from quote to the order. Again, from sales order, if I want to go back into the estimation module, which created this item template, I can do that as well. I can click on calculation from DynamicsPrint. It'll take me back to the original template. And if I want to make a change, for example, change the imposition or choose some other paper, change the number of colors, I can do that as well. And the change means would also affect the cost and the price, obviously. The cost, in a sense, the time and the materials, the operations would get affected if I would make any change in this process. So once I have a sales order, I'm going to wear a different hat now. I'm going to become maybe a CSR or a manufacturing manager, whatever that role is in your company, which schedules the job. I'm going to go and schedule the job. When I click on scheduling, the scheduling engine comes into action. There are different ways to schedule jobs in DynamicsPrint. We can forward schedule based on the push lean manufacturing theory, or backward schedule based on the pullback lean manufacturing theory. So there's the forwards and the backward scheduling, or I can do both. So when I schedule, the system opens with the deadlines tab, and deadlines are processes that are date and delivery control. So I can either, like I said, forward schedule or backward schedule, and the system will look at the capacity within the work centers, and if there are any capacity constraints so that I can't meet the deadlines, it'll give me warnings and will ask me to change the process or the operations or the timing of the operations. In this case, I'm going to go and just forward schedule the job, saying I'm going to start my pre-press on the 18th. If I go to the Plan Overview tab, and I can actually see all the details about the job here as well. You can see there's the proof ready, there are some pre-press operations, some CTP operations, the actual printing and folding happening, and the delivery, and so on and so forth. So I can now go ahead and schedule the job. So once I click on schedule, of course the scheduling engine will now come into action, and the white lines or all of this means that the job has been successfully scheduled. So thank you once again for walking through the quote to order entry and the scheduling side of DynamicsPrint. And again, some of the benefits we saw was how streamlined the workflow is in this business process, and it eliminates the need to rekey data within the individual processes as well. Thank you very much.